Welcome back. So today we are given this graph of fx is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 2. So number one, they're saying solve for x if f at x is equal to 0. So here we have to substitute this f at x with a 0. So we'll rewrite this equation but plug a 0 there where we see f at x. So let's quickly do that. So what we're going to do is say x squared minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0. Right, so now we have to solve for x, but the problem here is that we cannot factorize this equation. So what we'll do, we'll use a quadratic formula to solve for x. So a quadratic formula says x equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, and divide all this by 2a. Right, so now this is what the quadratic equation looks like. It says ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. So the coefficient of x squared there in this case is 1. Coefficient of b is negative 5. And the value of c is 2. Right, so we're just going to plug those numbers where we see the ABC. So now we'll say x equal to minus, remember it's negative 5, not 5. It's minus 5 plus or minus the square root of b squared is negative 5 squared minus 4. The value of a there is 1. The value of c, positive 2. Right, and divide all this by 2 times 1. Right, so now it's easy, we just have to simplify this. So we'll say x equal to, this is 5 plus or minus the square root of this is 25 minus, this is 4 times 2, then this will be 8. Then divide this by 2. Alright, so now we just say x is equal to 5 plus 25 minus 8 is 17. So root of 17 divided by 2, or x equal to 5 minus the square root of 17 divided by 2. So from here you can just use a calculator, and that will depend on which decimal places the question requires. Right, so question 2 says for which values of c will f at x equal to c have no real roots. So for these to have no real roots, let's write the equation again. The equation says f at x is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 2, right? So for this to have no real roots, this equation we have to actually equate it to c, or we have to solve for c, because it says for which values of c will f at x equal to c have no real roots. So we have to find the values of c in which this equation will have no real roots. So to do that, we have to equate this equation to c. So we'll say fx squared minus 5x plus 2, and then this equal to c. Sorry, this is equal to c. So now I have to solve. Let me write it again. X squared minus 5x plus 2 equal to c. So now we have to kind of solve for c. So to do that, we have to apply the 0 rule. 0 rule says x squared minus 5x plus 2 minus c. This is equal to 0, right? So now you remember from this quadratic equation right there, this, we have to use that, because if this number there is negative, this will have no real roots. So we have to solve for c in that manner, right? So here we'll take that inside the root sign, the we'll say b squared minus 4ac. This must be less than 0 for this to have no real roots, or in other words, it must be negative, right? So now we have to substitute the values of a, b, c again, right? So here the values of b squared, as we know, is negative 5 squared minus 4. Value of a is 1, right? So the value of c, we'll say 2, right? Minus c from here. This, after we apply the zero rule, this whole thing, this is the value of c, right? And then this must be less than 0. Right, so now we have to solve. This is 25 minus 4 times 2 be negative 8 minus 4 times negative c to plus 4c. Then this be less than 0. So now what we're going to do here, just have to solve for c. Then this will be 17, right, minus 4c less than 0. And then, sorry, this is positive 4c. So we have to take 17 to the other side. So we'll say 4c is less than negative 17. Remember the change of sign. So now we'll say c must be less than negative 17 divided by 4. Right. So what this means is that if c is less than negative 17 divided by 4, then this equation won't have real roots. I hope you understood it. Please comment or ask any questions if there's something you do not understand. I'm here to explain everything to you. Thank you for watching.